So tell the people and tell me who you are.
Yeah. So I'm Ethan. I basically owner of Home Beam Outdoor Lighting. I've been doing it for a couple of years now. 26 years old. Last year we did about $250,000 worth of revenue. Yeah.
And that was like year one, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I started in April of last year, so we're about to go into the new season. And I've sold more since then, but I haven't actually done that work yet.
We'll talk
So
about
yeah,
that. We'll
yeah.
talk about that. So I'm curious how you felt like, well, why were you even willing to take a call with somebody like me? Like you had to have some feelings of like why you would even be interested, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm, like, trying to think back, like, that long ago, and, like, remember all the emotions and everything, like, but I remember when we, like, first had their first call,
Yeah.
it was, like, a couple months in for me quitting my 9 to 5 and
Yep.
going all in the business, and so I didn't really know what I was doing. I knew what I wanted to do, and I saw the potential of what I could take it to, but I was struggling with the application, and I had major cash flow issues, and, like, because I was a new business, I was trying to get people to learn who I was, and I was doing that through all paid marketing, and so and I was putting a lot of money in, like, thousands of dollars every month, and I was getting customers, and I was getting jobs, like, good jobs at good margins,
Yeah.
but because I was putting so much into marketing, it was eating all those profits, and basically, I was just running red every single month. Like, I would land these big jobs that were, like, good profits, but then at the end of the month, when it was all said and done, there was no money, and we were negative every single month. We were tapping in the savings, and it was like,
Just quit your
yeah,
quit your
so,
full-time
like,
job 5 months.
yeah, like, so I had quit my full-time job, and we had a certain amount of savings,
Yeah.
right, that we're like, "Okay, if we're in the red for a little bit, it's okay," but, like, it was just routinely in the red, in the red, in the red, in the red, and it was almost getting worse,
Yeah.
because I probably got some of the easy pickings with the marketing just in the area, and then once those dried up, it was, like, getting worse and worse and worse. So, yeah.
You just felt maybe a little lost on like how to do this thing the right way and actually start putting money in your pocket each
Yeah.
month. Like you were putting in a lot of effort. I know you were putting
And I was
a lot of effort.
going through another coaching program, that was more money, and they were I don't
We'll
okay,
talk about
yeah,
that at the end and
okay.
definitely bring that up because that'll help other people. I'm curious why you were skeptical to give me money.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Real thoughts.
like, keep in mind, this is when I was brand new in the business, right? Like, I was getting, like, calls from Angie's List and all these, like, everyone everyone wants your business, and you're just skeptical, right? And I think I mean, I didn't know who you were. I had no
Internet guy from Minnesota. He's
yeah, I was like some random guy on Instagram that, reached out. I'm like,
yeah,
who's this guy? He's probably some fake internet guru. Like you get that.
that's
Yeah.
how damn near everybody feels when they first talk to me. Like,
Yeah.
and that's very valid.
Yeah.
So what made you comfortable, like, to sign with us and give you your hard-earned money? Because that's obviously like a big ask.
Yeah. I mean, I think like looking back, like you were sharing, your success in business and you seemed like genuine.
Yep.
Like I could tell, like, okay, I don't think this guy's just making stuff up.
Yep.
So I was still a little skeptical of like, okay, I'm in a different market. I'm in a different yes, we're both home services, but it's different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I'm
what I
I'm from
do.
landscaping
Yeah.
hardscaping. You're from lighting.
Lighting. It's
This
very
is
much
a
a
good
niche.
this is a
Yeah.
good thing to talk about too. Like, we help guys of all trades, not just landscapers.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, what you were doing was, like, big tickets. I'm doing, like there was potential for big tickets, but a lot of it isn't on the average, smaller tickets.
What's your average size?
Like, last year was, like, 4,500,
'Kay. Yeah.
and that's yeah, I would say most jobs are in that range. So there's a couple that are low,
Yeah.
but
So the reason you decided to go with me is you felt like I was genuine.
felt like you were genuine, and I think the thing that I remember almost getting off the call with you
Yeah, it was really
saying
close.
and I was like, "Listen," and I know it's a traditional excuse that everyone makes, but that's how my wife and I roll. Like, I always run things through her when it's a big financial thing.
Yeah.
And so, like, my big thing was like, let me talk with my wife first, because I was pretty sold, but I'm like, I just want to, make sure she's. And you're like, listen, if you don't find value, I'll refund you. And I'm like, well, I mean, my wife can't really yell at me if that's the case. And he goes,
Push on you.
I'll put it out on the contract. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Because if I
There's
push on
nothing-
you, I'm very confident that you're in a place where I can help. Because I wouldn't have a business if I'm offering refunds or out of contract if you're not happy. Like, Just like you're not gonna offer a full refund on a patio if you don't know you're gonna do the patio well. That's a lot of work for me to put in with you
Yeah.
if I think that there's a chance you're gonna ask for your money back. Like,
Yep. And in fact, I did that with certain customers. I was like, "Listen, if you're not happy, like, and it was probably a stupid thing for me to do in hindsight, but
yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. So I'm curious, like, we've been working together almost, I believe it's like 6 months now.
Mhm.
Like, how do you feel now? Like the clarity you have on growing your business, the path forward, and then what was like the biggest win?
Yeah, I think the coolest thing was seeing the easy stuff. That was, like, really low-hanging fruit that I just never thought was that impactful
Yep.
and probably didn't prioritize because, like, well, like, if it's easy, like, everyone would be doing it if it actually was impactful.
Yep.
And just all the organic stuff. I think the getting known in the community and building organic outreach that's outside of just paid ads was something that I wasn't really familiar with. Even people that I knew that were other business owners, they just been in the business for so long that they already had the reputation built, and I didn't know really how to do that. And I think that's the most valuable thing because I was trying to do it just through forcing it through a bunch of paid stuff, and it wasn't working.
Tens of thousands of
Yeah,
dollars of paid ads.
well, literally, and probably
Yeah.
more than that.
And now, how much are we spending on paid
It's
ads?
like 0. Yeah.
Like damn near zero. And
And I have like going into April, we're getting really, really close. I'm probably gonna exceed it, like over 100K worth of work booked. None of that is from ads. None of it.
so you feel very confident going into the season. Now you have like
Oh yeah.
a roadmap on like what needs to be built and in what order as well, right? Like
Yeah.
we don't claim to teach you rocket science shit. We just help you do it in the right order in the right way so it actually pays off.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
Yep.
probably one of the best things, like clarity.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a clear path forward. Yeah.
Yeah. So just closing thoughts, like, somebody similar to you, similar size, maybe just quit their 9 to 5, feels a little lost about what they're doing. Or just in general, somebody, that wants to make more money and wants clarity in the business of like how to grow like some of the other people are that you see. Like, would you recommend it? And like, was it a good decision? Like, did you get your money's worth?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like I got my money's worth in the first year and it's only gonna multiply from there. And like I tell people all the time, you don't know what you don't know. That's the biggest thing. Like you don't know what you don't know. And why would you spend years trying to figure it out yourself when you can for a very
Small on the
economical
scale,
amount, yeah,
small on the scale.
proportionate to what the value you're getting to be able to pay to get that knowledge and just propel that forward in a very short period of time versus trial and error.
And just one thing I want to touch on that, I cut you off about was, when you originally told me you're paying more money for a different online, like consulting, coaching program.
Mhm.
Like, just can you speak on your true thoughts about that and like compare a little bit,
Yeah, and
please?
I think that was another reason I was skeptical because like I had a lot of high hopes for that one.
Yep.
And I don't want to say it was a bad
Yeah.
coaching, but
And
it was
we won't bring up a name, right?
yeah, like it was something that I think you really came and met me where I was versus this other one was it has a lot of valuable information, but it was so much and so it put me in different directions.
97
Yeah.
task items, not sure what to do.
And I'm just like, well, I'm trying to do what everyone else is doing. And some of these companies are companies that have been around like doing millions of dollars. And I'm like the little guy trying to do what they're doing. And it's like, I was taking all this overhead. I'm like, well, this is how you grow. And it's like, no, you don't need to do all that. That will come eventually. But I think it kind of misdirected me. Whereas you like, okay, let's see where you're at. These are the most important action items for you to take now.
The exact order and how to do them. And like, I'm here to help you if you need help.
Yeah.
And we were way cheaper.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that is awesome. I really think you're gonna crush it, and I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course. All right.